Okay, sorry. This so great recap, right? Here we see we're clearly ranging on SPY. We did have this big move up that you can tell had volume, right? We just left a lot of fair value gaps. Um, we left one here. Let's mark this one out. We left this 4 hour. And then we also had these right here, but as you can see, we kind of ended up inversing them. Inversing, but like never breaking structure to the downside. So you could just kind of forget about them. We do have this big 4 hour fair value gap to the downside though. That one you can't forget about. And so here we see that we've just been kind of chopping in within these two levels, these two fair value gaps, right? Fair value gaps, all they are just levels of high volume. Okay, so we have that. Now this is today, right? So this is today. Let's go. Let's just look at what happened, right? So we have this gap right here because we gap down. So we have this gap that we could always fill. Um, and we saw, right? We had this move right here in pre-market. No, it's not a crazy move. It just kind of went up, but then went down. So honestly, I wouldn't even call that a move. It's just choppiness. So what I would do is actually just mark this gap right here and then see if whether or not we fill this entire gap. The only reason I would be patient because normally I would take calls if I saw this for value gap. But the only reason I did not take calls on that was because if you zoom out just a little bit to Friday, we have this level right here, you know, that kind of got created because we come up, reject, come up, reject, come up, reject, come up, and then we reject, right? So here either we break through or we reject. And given that we are bearish because we are in this 4 hour fair value gap to the downside, then you know either we rip through or we reject. Here, once this 5 minute in fair value gap got inverse, all that means is there's more buyers than sellers. Even though this displacement was created, there's still more sellers than buyers. Sorry. So I just wait for an inverse of this, and then my initial entry one, I wanted it to be here, but I wanted to be extra confident, and so I waited for this candle, this next 5 minute candle. Once I got this 5 minute candle that got created, now I just basically played puts off of this 5 minute fair value gap right here. And I started my position somewhere down here. Somewhere here I grabbed like a couple contracts, but my majority of my position, or I ended up grabbing two more contracts or something like that right here at this 5 minute. I should have grabbed more just so I could like average down, but that was the play. I just grabbed it from, I averaged in. This was my full position entry, and all I was doing was targeting lows, right? So I think my only target I think of the day was legit just low of day. So I think it was just that. Yeah, it was just that. So it honestly was like a 5 to 10 minute trade. Ideally, could have easily targeted all the way down here, right? But I did not do that. Ended up just playing that. You can see here, it was a quick trade. You could have easily targeted these levels here too, right here. But I mean, there's many entries that you could have had. You could have, if you missed that one, you could have also had this one right here. Off this 3 minute, the 5 minute probably looks a bit better. Yeah, the 5 minute looks better. I had it off of that 5 minute, just waited, got in on the retrace, even though because normally if I don't get in full position, it's because it never touches the fair value gap, right? Which in this case, you can see here on this one, we never really like, yeah, we get super close, but we don't exactly go into the fair value gap, which is fine. But this is why you kind of start, or I personally start adding as we go up. So once I start seeing that we're retracing and we're getting pretty close to the fair value gap, I'll start adding, but I won't add my full position. So say I want to have like 4 contracts in my as full position, I'll add maybe one here, like one somewhere here as we're going up, and then I'll add like 3 more up here once we're at that fair value gap. So that way, like I average down, and my average is somewhere near that fair value gap. My average would be somewhere here, which isn't too far from where I would want it to be, which is the actual fair value gap. My stop loss would go to the half point of the fair value gap, and you just target like that low, that recent low, or you could just target levels like these right here. So that was the trade for today. But yeah, honestly, it got out pretty early. I ended up taking like 25%, only like 25%. So that was a trade. Easily could have held all the way down here, but you know, it is what it is. Another reason why I kind of sold there, I think it was, where was it? Oh, it was this level right here, I believe. Where was it? Couldn't find it. Anyways,